find the decrease in enrollment. So decrease in the decrease percentage is 4%. Decrease, how many members are decreased, we need to find. And secondly, how many members are enrolled in this year? So what is the number of people? How many number of people were enrolled for present year, we must see. First of all, given that number of members, number of people or number of members enrolled in last year, enrolled in last year is equal to 2075. Okay, 2075 people were enrolled in the last year, and they are given that 4% of that members are decreased. Therefore, given value only, percentage decrement is equal to percentage decrement is equal to 4%. And my first question answer is, find the decrease in enrollment. We have decrease percentage or increase percentage. Percentage change is equal to change by actual value into 100. So here decrease percent, so decrease by actual value into 100. Here decrease percentage is given 4%. So 4 is equal to decrease members we have to find. Decrease members we have to find. Decrease by actual value. Actual members are 2075 into 100. So now bring this here. That is 4 into 2075 divided by 100 is equal to decreased people. Okay, that is 4 ones are 425. Okay, then 5 5s are 25, 5 4s are 20. So here cancellation is not sufficient. Okay, once again observe the question carefully. I will do the calculations. That's it. For first question only, this one only for first question answer. And here I am doing the calculation. 4 into 2075 by 100 is equal to decreased people. Yes or no? Decreased people. Decreased members are decreased people. Now 4 ones are 425. 5 5s are 25. 5 4s are 20. 5 ones are 5. 5 5s are 25. 5 ones are 5 8s are 40. 5 3s are 15. 83. So therefore, decreased people is equal to decreased people are 83 people. Remember this. Here they are given percentage decrement, and we need to find out how many members are decreased. So how many members are decreased? We have the formula percentage change is equal to changed value by actual value into 100. Here the change is decrement percent. So decrease percentage is equal to decrease by actual value into 100. Actual value is nothing but a members. What is the number of people in the last year? So that is 4% of decrease is equal to decrease by actual value is 2075 people into 100. Now by simplifying that, we are getting the decreased members are 83. So decreased people are 83. Original people are 2075. Then second question, how many members are enrolled in this year? Original value is this one. Decrement means minus 83. That's all. So second question answer is number of members are enrolled in this year. Number of members are enrolled in this year. Enrolled in present year is equal to actual value is 2075 and decreased value is 83. So 2075 minus 83, 5 minus 3 is 2, 17 minus 8 is 9, 9, 1. 1992 people were are enrolled in the present year. Okay, once again I am explaining, observe carefully. There were 2075 members enrolled in the club during last year. Means last year number of people were 2075. Actual value is 2075. And this year enrollment decreased by 4%. Decreased means the number of people were reduced. So decrement percentage is equal to 4. And we have the formula, percentage of decrement is equal to decreased value by actual value into 100. So we have to find out decreased value now. By using all the values, we will get the decreased value is equal to 83. This number of people were decreased is equal to 83. How many members are enrolled in this year? Original value is 2075. This year enrollment is decreased by 4%. 4% of 2075 is 83. Means 2075 minus 83 people are enrolled for present year. So 2075 minus 83 is equal to 1992. So present members who were enrolled in the club is equal to 1992. Observe the question. Next problem. A farmer obtained a yielding of 1,720 bags of cotton last year. This year she expects her crop to be 20% more. How many bags of cotton does she expect this year? Actually, she is having 1,720 bags of cotton in the last year. This year she expects 20% more, means percentage increment is increased. Okay, when decrement is given in our previous problem, decrement percentage is 4%. Here this 20% more means increment percentage is equal to 20%. So instead of decrement, here we have to solve for increased value. Then because of increment, we have to go for addition. That's all, same as previous problem only. Percentage change we will find first. After that, whatever value we are getting, that one we will add to the original value. That's all. Okay. Now, what is the question? How many bags of cotton does she expect this year? Okay. In previous problem, how many members are enrolled in the present year? Here also in this first the present year, how many bags she has to yield? That is the question. Now my first how I have to simplify is given values. Given 1,720 bags of cotton last year. So number of bags yield in last year. Okay. So number of cotton bags. Number of cotton bags in last year is equal to 1,720. And this year she want to crop more by 20%. So they are given that increment percentage, increased percentage. Otherwise, percentage of increase. Percentage of increase is equal to 20%. Okay. Then first of all, find out the increased value. Okay. So we have the formula percentage change is equal to changed value divided by original value into 100. Yes or no? So here percentage change is 20%. Changed value we don't know. How many members, how many bags are increased we don't know. Divided by original value is 1,720 into 100. So from this we will find out increased number of bags. Okay. So percentage change is equal to changed value by original value into 100. Substitute all the values in this formula. Percentage change is 20 is equal to changed value we don't know, we need to find, that is increment bags only, we don't know. Changed value divided by original value, original number of bags are 1,720 into 100. Bring 1,720 this side, so it is in the division. By getting this side multiplication, and that is in multiplication. By bringing this side, it is in division. Therefore, changed value, directly I am writing. Changed value is equal to 20 into 1,720 divided by 100. 2 zeros will get cancelled. Is equal to 2 2s are 4, 2 7s are 14, 2 1s are 2 plus 1 3. 344 bags are she has to crop more. So therefore, how many bags of cotton does she expect this year? Therefore, number of bags needed for this year, needed for present year, is equal to original value, that is 1,720 last year bags plus 344, because here increment percentage is given, that's why plus we have to do. Then what will be the result? 4 6 10 2064. Okay, I hope you understood. Once again, I am giving whether it is increment or decrement. First of all, we need to find out changed value. After finding that, if they are given decrement, then you have to subtract from the original value. If they are given increment percent, add for the original value. So in this question, they are given that a farmer obtained a yielding of 1,720 bags of cotton last year. Means she has she was yield 1,720 bags of cotton in the last year. Means number of cotton bags produced by her in the last year is 1,720. This year she expects her crop to be 20% more. Means she want to increase her crop. For that sake, increment percent. This 20% is increment percent. So percentage of increase is equal to 20%. Percentage given. We need to find out what is the increased value. So changed percentage is equal to changed value by original value into 100. Changed percentage is 20. Changed value we need to find. That means increased bags we have to find. Increased bags by last year bags into 100. So from that we are getting increased bags is equal to 344. Then how many bags of cotton does she expect this year? Means how many bags she has to produce for this year. Then number of bags needed for present year is equal to last year bags plus 344. That's all. Okay. Now coming to the last problem, 14th question. Points P and Q are both in the line segment AB. Points P and Q are both in the line segment AB. Both in the line segment AB. Okay. Then, and on the same side of the midpoint. And on the same side of midpoint. Okay. And they are given as P divides AB in the ratio 2:3. Point P divides AB in the ratio 2:3. And Q divides AB in the ratio 3:4. 3:4. If PQ is equal to 2, if PQ is equal to 2, then find the length of the line segment AB. Then find the length of line segment AB. Okay, now observe the question once again. Observe this problem. Points P and Q are both in the line segment AB. So both are lying on line segment AB. So suppose line segment AB is like this. P and Q are both on the line segment AB, and they are lying both midpoint of both side of the midpoint. See, first suppose O is the midpoint of AB. That means AO is equal to OB. Exactly, O divides AB into two equal parts. Then O is the midpoint of A and AB. AO is equal to OB. This complete length is equal to this ciliar. Okay. Now, P divides AB in the ratio of 2:3. P dividing the line segment into 2:3, and Q dividing the line segment in the ratio of 3:4. If PQ, this distance is equal to 2, then what will be the length of line segment AB? What is the length of this one? See, if you are drawing like this, we can't able to get anything. So just to simplify by the given statement. First, I am using given P divides the AB in the ratio of 2:3. So P divides AB in the ratio of 2:3. Okay, that means AP is to PB will be equal to 2:3. P dividing AB, no, that means the two parts are AP and PB. Just observe A, P, B. So AB is equal to AB plus PB. So AP is to PB given 2 and here 3 parts, 2:3. Okay. So for that sake, AP plus PB will give us a complete length of AB. So therefore, AP plus PB is equal to AB. AP value is 2 parts. That means length of AP will be 2 into x plus PB length is 3x. So here only write down AP will be equal to 2x and PB will be equal to 3x. Okay, 2x plus 3x, which is equal to 5x. So 5x is the length of AB, that is length of AB. Therefore, AB will be equal to 5x centimeters. This is from first equation. Let it be first equation. Now, given that Q divides AB in the ratio of 3:4. That means AQ is to QB. AQ is to QB is equal to 3:4. So from this, AQ is 3 parts, QB is 4 parts. So AQ is equal to 3x and QB is equal to 4x. And we know that AB is equal to AQ plus QB. Yes or no? That is 3x plus 4x. So therefore, AB is equal to 7x. Means AB either 5x or 7x. And what will, both are same. So take the LCM to get the length of AB. LCM of these two. So LCM of 5x comma 7x. Combining both the equations I am combining is equal to common factor. LCM is nothing but product of common factors and remaining factors. So here common factor is x into remaining factors. 5 and 7 are prime numbers. So 5 into 7, that is 5 7s are 35. So 35x is the total length of AB. Therefore, AB is equal to 35x. Equation 3. Okay, remember this. See, because this is also a length of AB and this one also length of AB, but 5x is not equal to 7x. Just understand. So to take both the numbers as same, I am taking the LCM of 5x and 7x. So LCM of 5x and 7x is equal to 35x. So that is the required length of AB. Okay. So here this one, right, R, either this one or this one. So to combine both, we have to take 5x and 7x LCM. Then we are getting 35x. So now if we are having x value, then we can able to get length of AB. For that sake, they are given PQ is equal to 2. Okay. So use that relation. PQ is equal to 2. What I am writing? AP plus AQ is nothing but PQ. Yes. AP value I have 2x. AQ value I have 3x. 2x plus 3x is equal to 2. Sorry. Okay, just observe this first of all. After that, we will continue. Okay, observe the first condition, and for first condition, what is AB we are writing, and for second condition. And to combine both the equations, we are using LCM. So length of AB is equal to 35 into x. So here I will write, given PQ is equal to 2. Given PQ is equal to 2. Now I am using AP plus PQ is equal to AQ. Is there any problem? P is the midpoint. Just observe, when P is dividing AB, then AP plus PB is equal to AB. P is the common point, so PP will get cancelled. AB is the complete length. Here also AP plus PQ. P is common. Remaining letters are AQ. That is length of AQ is equal to AP plus PQ. And AP we have 2x. PQ we have 2. AQ we have 3x. Then x terms bring one side and constant terms. 2 is equal to 3x plus 2x by bringing this side minus 2x. Therefore, 3x minus 2x is x is equal to 2. and we have AB is equal to 35 into x. Therefore, from equation 3, AB will be equal to 35 into x, that is 35 into 2. So AB is equal to 70 centimeters. Because it is a line segment, we have to give the units centimeters. Okay, just observe this question carefully. They are given that P is dividing the same line segment in the ratio of 2:3, then complete part 2 plus 3 is 5. So total length of AB is equal to 5x. And otherwise, another point, Q is dividing AB in the ratio of 3:4. Total parts are 7. So complete length of AB is 7x. Okay, AQ is to QB is equal to 3:4. Then AQ is 3x, QB is equal to 4x. Then total length is AQ plus QB. That is AB, which is equal to 7x. Either this one or this one. Both are the lengths of AB only. P is dividing and Q is dividing in another ratio. But both are for same line segment. So what is the LCM of those two line segments? Observe. 5x and 7x. 5 7s are 35x is the LCM. LCM is nothing but product of common factors and remaining factors. Here for the numbers 5 and 7, they are prime numbers. So their product only will be the LCM. 5 7s are 35. X is common for both the numbers. So x into 35, that is 35. X is the LCM of these two values. Then I got the length of AB is equal to 35 into x. So to get AB value, I have to know what is x value. For that sake, they are given another condition, PQ is equal to 2. So PQ is 2. We will get AP plus PQ is equal to AQ. And AP value 2x, AQ value is 3x. So 2x plus 2 is equal to 3x. By simplifying that, x value is equal to 2. Then the length of AB is equal to 35 into 2, which is equal to 70 centimeters. Okay, now coming to the next topic, that is, so with this complete exercise problems are finished, and now coming to the exercise problem, next topics. So in our next exercise, we are going to get the problems on discount, profit and loss, and value added tax. So before that, what is meant by discount? See, for suppose if you are going to any shop, compulsory if that person, if the bill amount is 300 something 40 rupees if you are bar the items for 340 rupees. Okay, but just observe, will you pay completely whatever amount they are saying? No, no. So what you will do after bargaining, you will take some of the reduced amount. You will give reduced amount. Yes or no? Means if 340 rupees bill is given by the shopkeeper, then you will make it to round up the value, that is maybe 300 or whatever. Okay, so this much value you will pay to the shopkeeper. Actual value is 340 rupees, but after bargaining just 300 rupees only you will pay. How much value was reduced? That is 40 rupees. Means he is given the discount of 40 rupees, then you are paying 300 rupees. So just observe, actual amount whatever they are telling, that is termed as market price, and it is simply denoted by MP. Market price. Market price is actual amount, whatever is marked on the item. See, if you are buying any items, backside you will get their price. Market price you have. So that is stated price. Market price of that item, whatever actual value is that is market price. And if you are giving the amount less, that how much amount was reduced, that is discount. And how much amount you are paying, that is selling price, SP. Okay. See, in case of discount, we will get three things. First one is market price, that is original value. Market price is original value. And price is nothing but rupees. For everything we are money only, no. So all these discounts deals with the money only. So units of discount is rupees. And selling price means how much amount you are paying. That is selling price. Simply it is known as SP. Selling price is SP. By giving how much money you are buying that item is a selling price. And next, discount. How much amount is reduced? So reduced amount is a discount. This one also in rupees, because money only. No. See, if I bought a item for, actually I did a shopping for 520 rupees. Okay, I did a shopping for 520 rupees, but I did not pay 520 rupees. I paid only 500 rupees. So how much amount was reduced? That is 520 minus 500, which is equal to 20 rupees. So here 520 is actual value, that is MP equal to 520 rupees. And after bargaining, I paid only 500 rupees. That is SP of that item is 500 rupees. And how much discount I have received? That is MP minus SP is equal to discount. Discount 20 rupees I was received. Understood? So discount is given by the formula. See here, some of the formulas I will give. These formulas only, depending on those formulas only, we can simplify the questions. So whenever you are getting discount, we have the formula. Discount is equal to, first formula, discount is equal to market price minus selling price. So here short forms only I am using. MP is market price, SP is selling price. Selling price is nothing but CP and SP. Already we know. CP is cost price. Whatever amount, buying amount is CP, and how much we are giving, selling for other person, that is selling price. See, for suppose I bought a cycle for 1200 rupees and I sold it for 400 rupees. So buying amount is CP. Selling amount is SP. Okay, depending on this we have profit and loss also. Afterwards I will tell that. Now remember, these formulas are very, very important. Discount is equal to market price minus selling price, and we have discount percentage formula also. Discount percentage of discount. If we need money, then this formula we must use. If they are asking about percentage, first we have to find out discount After that, discount percentage by using the formula discount by MP into 100. Okay, these are the two formulas related to discount. From this one only, write the formula for SP. Minus SP we have. Bring this side plus SP. So SP will be equal to market price minus discount. SP is equal to minus SP I am bringing this side and plus discount I am bringing that side. That is minus discount. MP minus discount. See, if the question is given in terms of MP and discount, to get the SP we need to use this formula. Okay. If they are given discount percentage and MP, in that case how we will get SP? For that, SP will be equal to MP minus discount. From this you need to write the formula discount percentage into, so here I will write that formula first. Discount when the money is given in, when the values are given in terms of MP and SPs, this is the formula. Now discount is equal to, from this second formula in terms of discount percentage, MP into discount percentage. Discount percentage is nothing but by 100 only, no, discount by 100. So this 100 no need to bring this side. That is discount percentage of MP is discount. When discount percentage and MP is given, use the formula to get the discount. If MP and SP are given, use the formula discount is equal to MP minus SP. Now after this, depending on this only, SP value. SP will be equal to MP minus discount. Okay. Now one more formula we have, that is SP value in terms of discount percentage. So that one how we got? Discount value here onwards, discount percentage of MP. So that is discount by 100 into MP. MP is common, take out MP. 1 minus, so just I am simplifying, after that I will give the formula. Observe, MP minus discount value in terms of discount percentage is this one, that is discount percentage of MP. That is nothing but MP minus discount by 100 into MP. Yes or no? So MP is common, so write outside, take out. Then 1 minus discount by 100. So that is nothing but MP into, this discount is discount percentage, remember this. 100 minus discount percentage by 100 is the formula for SP. Okay, this is the this final equation we need to remember. When MP and discount percentage is given, then how to find out the SP. MP and discount is given, in that case we must use this formula. Just by head all these formulas. Without these formulas we can't able to simplify even one question also. So SP will be equal to MP into 100 minus discount percentage by 100. If successive discounts are given, then 100 minus discount percentage, first discount by 100 into 100 minus the second discount by 100, like that we will have the formula also. So these are the 5 formulas we need to remember in case of discount. And next, how we will get MP in this case? From the last equation, try to write the MP value. 100 is in the denominator, so SP into 100 by 100 minus discount percent. SP into 100 by 100 minus discount percentage is the formula of MP. And if I want to write the formula for discount percentage, okay, discount percentage, for that I need to just observe 100 minus discount percentage. Bring this term this side. From this equation only, observe SP into 100 by MP is equal to 100 minus discount percentage. Yes, plus discount percentage I want. That is discount percentage is equal to 100 minus SP into 100 by MP. 100 is common, so 100 into MP minus SP by MP. This is the final formula for discount percentage. So discount percentage is equal to MP minus SP by MP into 100. So about discount, these are the formulas. Just remember these formulas. Depending on this, we will get the several problems.